You know I could just build you your own suit, right? That way you don't have to worry about getting killed out there.
No offense, Tony, but I'd rather rely on human instinct than a suit of armor.
Come on, can't you just try it on?
Look, I have nothing against it, I just don't think I need it. Besides, I have my shield to keep me protected.
Right. Until you throw it and it doesn't come back. What? I'm just saying, there have been countless times where you throw that shield and it does not come back, and then you're just sitting there defenseless.
I think I'll manage. What's going on?
I don't know. Let me check. Jarvis, what's going on?
It appears that a singularity has formed in the middle of New York and hostiles have come through.
Tony, what are you doing? We need to form a plan of attack.
I have a plan. Attack.
Right, I forgot. I'm the babysitter of the Avengers.
The singularity has closed, but witnesses say something came through.
Wonderful. I guess this is where the party is. So, you're what the fuss is all about. Surrender. This is your first and final warning. Not much of a talker. Okay.
I am Iron Man.
Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, Mark I, is a tier 3 of the defensive high. His alignment is to the light and his class is a tank, which means you can block incoming attacks by 75%. His strength is 10, jump boost 1, fortitude 3, which gives a slight knockback resistance, fall damage mitigation, reduction of certain damage types. Fire resistance is 1, which means you resist fire but not lava, and bulletproof, which allows you to withstand basic bullets and arrows. He is immune to bleeding and fall damage, but is weak to EMPs. Ability 1, Flamethrower. Spew your flamethrower at your opponent, catching them on fire for 2 seconds. Deals 12 damage in total, but decreases when out of range. Ability 2, Dual Flamethrowers. Spew both flamethrowers at your opponent, catching them on fire for 2 seconds. Deals 16 damage in total, but decreases when out of range. Ability 3, Scattershot. Release a superpowered punch, sending your opponent flying, dealing 20 damage while staggering and grounding them for 5 seconds. Upon activation, you have 10 seconds to tag your target. Ability 4, Rocket Launcher. Deploy a rocket from your arm, exploding on impact, dealing 10 damage. Ability 5, Ground Pound. Use your strength to smash a hole in the ground, grounding all opponents within a 5-block radius for 5 seconds. Deals 10 damage. The Mark I's equipped as jet boosters. Activate your thrusters, rocketing yourself into the air. You cannot use any other abilities while using this move. This move is timed. The Mark I's utility is Toss. Toss your opponent into the air, dealing 10 damage. Grounds for 5 seconds while temporarily voiding damage. Upon activation, you have a few seconds to hit your opponent. The Mark I special is Unibeam. But Gigan, Mark I can't use a Unibeam? Yes, in some cases this is true, but we saw this scene in Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, and decided to give it to him, but as a special. Use your central arc reactor unit, diverting a powerful blast capable of staggering opponents for 5 seconds. Deals 84 damage, sending opponents flying backwards. The Mark II is a tier 3 of the defensive high. His class is a healer, where you can heal allies by right-clicking them without an item in your hand. While healing, you will become temporarily invulnerable and gain a regeneration buff. Now passively, you can hear the armor's sounds while moving. Also, you hear a metallic sound when punching someone and when you get hurt. Also, Iron Man has a new GUI. The power bar now reads the exact amount of energy you have and will drain and regen smoothly. To regen power, you must be on the ground. All energy-based moves will drain your power. Also, when looking at a player, a new GUI will appear and track the player so long as you're looking at them. Mark II has Strength 10, Jump Boost 3, Fortitude 3, Fire Resistance 1, and is bulletproof and has enhanced vision and flight 1. It's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Its weaknesses are EMPs, water, freezing, cold temperatures, electric malfunctions, and altitudes higher than 256. All marks have the weakness to EMPs and water unless stated otherwise. You can also passively see entities. Living entities appear blue while the undead appear purple. You can see players' vitals when looking at them. Also, if you want to open your mask, use the armor key. This key has nothing set to it by default, so you must set it to whatever you'd like. Jarvis is also now a passive. Just use the /Jarvis to come in to see what you can do with him. With the new coding to Jarvis, there's a high chance that Jarvis will be enabled in the Legends Evolved server. The commands for /Jarvis are as followed: /Jarvis tracking, /Jarvis analyze, /Jarvis call mark, /Jarvis scan area, /Jarvis search for. This command only works if you're the Stark Legacy, and /Jarvis zoom, which also works only if you're the Legacy. Ability 1. Repulsor Blast. Shoot a repulsor blast at your opponent, knocking them back. Deals 5 damage but decreases when out of range. Requires at least 5% energy to use. There are also new sound effects that play when shooting the repulsors. Ability 2. Repulsor Beam. Shoot a repulsor beam out of both hands, dealing 10 damage in total, but spreads. Damage decreases to 2 when out of range. Requires at least 10% energy to use. Ability 3. Unibeam. Divert power to a central arc reactor unit, delivering a powerful blast capable of staggering opponents for 5 seconds. Deals 18 damage, sending opponents flying backwards. Requires at least 50% energy to use. When using this ability, you stop in place and charge the Unibeam, then it will fire. Ability 4. Toss. Ability 5. Ground Pound. Mark II's equipped is his thrusters. Use thrusters to quickly evade attacks. This move is similar to the controller's roll ability. Mark II's utility is Power Dive. Rocket yourself into the air before diving into the ground, knocking all nearby opponents back. Deals 10 damage. If you're too far away from the ground, you won't perform the slam, but the move can still be used to quickly dive bomb. Mark II special is Hand Cannon. Fire a barrage of charged repulsor blasts in rapid succession, with the last one knocking the charge back and staggering them for 5 seconds. This deals 90 damage in total. Mark III is a tier 4 with a defensive high. His class is a healer and he has a strength of 10, jump boost 4, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, is bulletproof, has enhanced vision, and flight 2. This suit has improved flight energy consumption and speed. It also can reach altitudes of 300. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Open up your weapon wheel, able to quickly select the weapon you want. Alternatively, you can use the number pad system to quickly select a specific weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Deploy currently selected weapon. The first weapon is the shoulder guns, which deals 12 damage in total. The next is the rockets, which explode on impact, dealing 10 damage. And the last weapon this suit has are flares, which now shoot behind you and deal 5 damage, blind, and burn for 5 seconds. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive, and special hand cannon. Mark IV is a tier 4 with a defensive high. His class is a healer and he has strength 12, jump boost 4, fortitude 3, fire resistance 1, and is bulletproof, has enhanced vision, and flight 2. It can also reach altitudes of 350. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, use weapon, equipped thrusters, utility, power dive. And Mark 4 special is striker missile. Eject a powerful missile from your wrist gauntlet, exploding on impact, which deals 90 damage. Mark 5 is the tier 4 with the defensive medium. His class is a controller, and he has strength 10, jump boost 4, fire resistance 1, is bulletproof, has enhanced vision, and flight 1. Can also reach altitudes of 256. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin, and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam, however Mark's 5 Unibeam does not stagger. Ability 4, Toss. Ability 5, Transform. Turn your suit back into its portable suitcase form. When in the suitcase, place it down and right-click to put it back on you. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive, and special hand cannon. Mark 6 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. His class is healer. He has strength 13, jump boost 4, fortitude 4, fire resistance 1, water breathing, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight 3. This suit can reach altitudes of 350. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin, and is weak to deep underwater pressures. Also, this mark and up will no longer short circuit by things like electric batarangs, except if they have stealth capabilities. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast, which now does 10 damage. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam, which now does 12 damage. Ability 3, Unibeam, which now does 24 damage. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor comes with an extra weapon, which is the lasers that's an AoE and deals 6 damage. This is the only mark that has lasers that's an AoE. The Mark 6 also comes with Ring of Micro Munition Missiles, which embeds into the surface before detonating, dealing 20 damage. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive, and special, Arsenal Barrage. Activate the armor's major offensive weaponry, firing a barrage of repulsors and lasers. Deals 95 damage in total, staggering for 5 seconds on the fire blast. Mark 7 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is tank and has strength 13, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight 4. It can reach altitudes of 350, is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor's lasers is his tri-lasers, which deals 12 damage in total. It also has his pod. When putting the Mark 7 into its pod, it gives you the bracelets. Once the bracelets are on you, you can call the pod anywhere you are if you press Ability 1. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive. Mark 7 special is micro projectiles. Activate the stored explosive micro projectiles, locking on the nearby enemies. Deals up to 90 damage in total, but damage decreases when out of range. Mark 8 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is tank, has strength 13, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight 4. It can also reach altitudes of 400 and is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor has the ability to don the armor. To get back in it, right-click the armor. Every Iron Man past this can don. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive, and special is micro projectiles. Mark 9 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is healer and has strength 13, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight 5. It can reach altitudes of 400. It's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped thrusters, utility, power dive, and special is micro projectiles. Mark 10 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, jump boost is 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. It's also immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Used Weapon, but this armor does not come with lasers. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Power Dive, and his special is Micro Projectiles. Mark 11 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, jump boost is 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500 and is also immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor also does not have lasers. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Cloak Type 1. Temporarily bend light around yourself, cloaking into the environment around you. The move constantly consumes energy while cloaking, and his special is Micro Projectiles. Mark 12 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Used Weapon. This armor comes with the tri-lasers again. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Power Dive, and his special is Micro Projectiles. Mark 13 is a tier 5 defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, speed 1 when sprinting, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight of 6. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor does not come with lasers to allow for a faster flight. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Power Dive, and special is Micro Projectiles. Mark 14 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, speed 1 when sprinting, jump boost 4, fortitude 4, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 7. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. This armor only has missiles and dawning. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Power Dive, and special is Hand Cannon. Mark 15 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, speed 1 when sprinting, jump boost 4, fortitude 4, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin, and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor has the ability to change colors. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Cloak Type 1, and special is Hand Cannon. Mark 16 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, speed 1 when sprinting, jump boost 4, fortitude 4, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin, and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Uni-Beam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Used Weapon. This armor has no weapons other than dawning and switching colors. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Cloak Type 2. Temporarily bend light around yourself, fully cloaking into the environment around you. Constantly consumes energy while cloaking. And his special is Hand Cannon. Mark 17 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a tank and its strength is 14, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He is also immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. This Unibeam deals 30 damage. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. This armor has shoulder guns, rockets, flares, tri-lasers, dawning, and repulsor shields which deflect incoming attacks for 4 seconds at the expense of energy. It's equipped as thrusters, utility is power dive, and its special is central unibeam projector. Allocate energy to the armor's oversized unibeam, emitting a devastating blast of repulsor energy. Deals 96 damage, staggering opponents for 5 seconds. Mark 18 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a tank and its strength is 14, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 5. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 500. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin and is weak to electrical malfunctions. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped Thrusters. Utility, Cloak Type 2. And his special is Central Unibeam Projector. Mark 19 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and its strength is 14, speed is 2 when sprinting, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 8. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 600. He is immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped is Thrusters. Utility is Power Dive. And his special is Hand Cannon. Mark 20 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and his strength is 13, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 7. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 600. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped is Thrusters. Utility is Power Dive. And his special is Micro Projectiles. Mark 21 is a tier 5 with a defensive high. Its class is a healer and his strength is 14, jump boost 4, fortitude 5, fire resistance 1, bulletproof, enhanced vision, and a flight of 7. This armor can't fly above altitudes higher than 800. He's immune to bleeding, poison, and fear toxin. Ability 1, Repulsor Blast. Ability 2, Repulsor Beam. Ability 3, Unibeam. Ability 5, Select Weapon. Ability 4, Use Weapon. Equipped is Thrusters. Utility is Power Dive. And his special is Micro Projectiles.
What was that thing you said about my shield earlier?
I had...
Tony!
I could do this all day.
Captain America Civil War got a remodel. Captain America has new alts, which are his First Avenger, Rescue, First Avenger V2, Avengers, Winter Soldier, and Age of Ultron. Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, is a tier 4 with a defensive medium. His alignment is to the light and his class is a controller. He has Strength 3, Speed 3, Acrobatics 3, Fortitude 3, Mental Defense 3, Regeneration 1, Fire Resistance 1, and is bulletproof when blocking with his shield. He is immune to nausea and wither. Captain America's equipped key is his shield. Equip your shield, capable of blocking most projectiles. Ability 1, Shield Throw. Throw your shield, dealing 10 damage while knocking back opponents. When throwing the shield into the air, it will come back towards you. This ability can now bounce off players and hit other players if you move your crosshair to where you want it to go. Ability 2, Shield Slice. Use your shield to cut your opponent, causing bleeding damage over 5 seconds. Ability 3, Combat Mastery. Increase your damage by 2 every few hits with the potential to avoid basic melee attacks. Opponent's knockback is also decreased after being winded, allowing more blows to land. All opponents hit within the first 5 seconds will be staggered for 5 seconds. Ability 4, Uppercut. Use your strength to uppercut your foes, temporarily disorienting them. Deals 10 damage and grounds for 5 seconds. Ability 5, Charging Star. Raise your shield and ram into your opponent, dealing 5 damage. Grants temporarily invulnerability while allowing you to ram through walls. Captain America's utility is Sweep Kick. Sweep Kick your opponent, stunning them. Deals 10 damage to all nearby targets. Captain America's special is Super Soldier. Throw your mighty shield, staggering your opponent for 20 damage as you run up and drop kick them for an additional 70 damage. Captain America First Avengers equipped is his shield, which is the Triangle Shield. Captain America First Avengers Ability 1 is Shield Bash. Hit your opponent with your shield, briefly stunning and disorienting them. Deals 10 damage. It can also deflect projectiles. Captain America First Avengers Special is Warbreaker. Spin kick your opponent, staggering them as you catch them off guard before bashing them with your shield. Deals 90 damage in total, dealing around 10 damage to everyone within the radius of your kick. Captain America Rescues equipped is his weapons. Equip your pistol and shield. When holding the pistol out, the shield will render on your arm. When holding the pistol, you're able to shoot by holding right click and pressing left click. You have 8 shots, then your gun will reload. To see the reload cooldown, look at the bar above your class cooldown. Captain America Rescues Ability 4 is Grenade. Throw a grenade, exploding on impact, dealing 18 damage. Captain America Rescues Special is Warbreaker. Captain America First Avenger V2's equipped is Weapons. Equip your pistols and shield, but what makes this Captain America unique is the fact if you have your pistols out, you can press Ability 1 to throw your shield. If you want to block with the shield, then make the shield your primary weapon. Captain America First Avenger V2's Ability 4 is Grenade. The only difference Captain America Winter Soldier has is its different colored shield and it has stealth. Captain America Nomad now has stealth. Captain America Nomad's Ability 1 is Adrenaline. Adrenaline pumps through your veins, allowing you to continue the fight just a bit longer. Damage is reduced by 75% for 5 seconds while granting you increased strength and speed. Nomad's Special is Unbreakable Will. Your Unbreakable Will allows you to continue the fight, reducing damage by 25% while blocking most melee attacks. Damage increases by 4 for 10 seconds. This also staggers the opponent for 8 seconds. Captain America Endgame's equipped is Weapons. Equip your shield and summon the mighty Mjolnir. When holding Mjolnir, you can hold right click to generate momentum and release to throw. The longer you hold, the stronger the attack. If holding space, you can jump and hit nearby opponents upon release, dealing 2 damage. This cap has the same feature as First Avenger V2, where you can throw the shield if holding the other weapon. But with Endgame, if you throw the shield and Mjolnir and they make contact, you generate a shockwave dealing 5 to 10 damage to everyone nearby. There's also a percent chance you can knock back your shield after it's thrown if you hit it with Mjolnir when it returns. Captain America Endgame's ability 4 is Shock. Blast lightning from Mjolnir, dealing 10 damage and slowing down the target for a few seconds. Captain America Endgame Special is Mjolnir's Might. Call lightning from the sky, summoning it down upon your target, deals 100 damage, staggering them in the process.
I have the power of the gods. There are insects below me.
You may have the powers of a god, but one you are not.
Thor has some new alts which are his MCU, Avengers, Dark World, and Age of Ultron suits. Thor Odinson is a tier 5 with the defense of Extreme. His alignment is to the light, and his class is a tank. He has Strength 20, Speed 30 when sprinting, Jump Boost 10, Fortitude 10, Mental Defense 3, Regeneration 2, Fire Resistance 2, Flight 8 with Mjolnir, Enhanced Vision, and Vacuum Adaptation, and he's also bulletproof. He's immune to poison, radiation, and fall damage. Thor's equipped key is Mjolnir. Reach your hand out and summon the mighty Mjolnir, able to knock opponents back. Hold right click to generate momentum and release to throw. The longer you hold, the stronger the attack. When the hammer is in the air, wherever you move your crosshair is where the hammer flies. If holding space, you will be able to fly upon release. When flying and you throw the hammer, you will now hover for a few seconds before falling. If your hammer gets back to you before the few seconds are up, then you will remain in the air. When punching things, there is now a sound effect to go along with it. You can also drop Mjolnir by pressing the equipped key again or your drop key. When dropped, you can pick it up by right-clicking, or if you're a short distance away, then you can summon it back by pressing the equipped key. Captain America Endgame can also do this. The hammer will only come towards you if you are in loaded chunks. The hammer will despawn within 5 minutes. If the hammer despawns, pressing the equipped key will summon a new one. Also, when the hammer is on the ground, no one can pick it up. If others try and right-click it, they'll be given the message that they are not worthy. However, if you're in the same guild as someone in their vision, they can pick up and use the hammer. Note though, because Vision has it, you can't summon a new one until the 5-minute reset time comes. Also, when the hammer's on the ground, Ant-Man can mount on it and ride the hammer if it's summoned back by Thor. Ability 1. Shock. Blast lightning at your opponent, dealing 10 damage. It also slows down the target for a few seconds. Ability 2. Hammer Vortex. Rapidly spin your hammer, blocking all projectiles for 3 seconds. Deals blunt force damage to anyone within swinging distance, slowing them down temporarily. Deals 1 damage each swing while grounding for 5 seconds. Ability 3. Storm Striker. Jump into the air, swinging your weapon above your head before slamming on the ground, sending bolts of lightning at your opponent. Deals 5 to 10 damage. If facing Captain America and he blocks with his shield, there is a chance a sonic wave will be generated. Ability 4. Lightning Strike. Strike lightning upon your opponent, staggering them and grounding them for 5 seconds. Deals up to 20 damage. Ability 5. Thunder Pound. Use your strength to smash a hole in the ground, grounding all opponents within a 5-block radius for 5 seconds. If your hammer is equipped, then this move will send bolts of lightning at your opponents. Thor's utility is Overcharge. Harness your power, overcharging yourself with an overflow of electrical energy. You gain a 25% reduction to damage for 10 seconds as electricity bounces off your body, zapping nearby opponents. But you may be asking, what about interdimensional travel? Thor's utility is now overcharged to give Thor an ability that works. If Asgard is added, there'll be another way to travel there. Thor's special is God Blast. Channel your inner godhood, summoning the power of lightning and sending its wrath upon your enemies. Delivers a powerful blast of energy dealing around 100 damage, blinding opponents in a flash of light while staggering them for 5 seconds. If you hit Iron Man Mark 6 or above with this move, he'll temporarily gain 400% capacity for a few seconds. If you press abilities 1, 2, or 3 as Iron Man, then you will shoot a blast out of both repulsors and your arc reactor dealing extra damage. If you're in the same guild, then you won't take the damage, but you'll still be charged up to 400%.
400% capacity.
Thor Ragnarok V1 has all the same abilities as normal Thor. Thor Gladiator's class is Controller. Thor Gladiator's equipped is Gladiator Swords. Equips your battle swords, which have a 10% chance to cause bleeding. Thor Gladiator's ability 2 is Lightning Vortex. Rapidly spin your body, zapping all nearby opponents while avoiding damage. Deals 2 damage each shock while grounding for 5 seconds, totaling 8 damage. Thor Gladiator's ability 3 is Electro Fist. Punch your opponent with a jolt of electricity, knocking them back. Deals up to 10 damage upon activation. You have 10 seconds to tag your target. Thor Gladiator's ability 4 is Sonic Punch. Use your strength to hit your next target so hard it breaks the sound barrier, generating a shockwave, knocking back all those nearby. Deals 10 damage to those affected. Upon activation, you have 10 seconds to tag your target. Thor Gladiator's special is Warrior's Madness. Enter a fit of unrivaled rage, empowering yourself to godly proportions as your strength increases and lightning wildly bounces off of you. You deal an additional 4 damage each hit, while your lightning passively deals 5 damage per blast with all those in the area, stunning them briefly. Thor Ragnarok V2 has all the same abilities as Gladiator except for his equipped key being Leap, which you use to strengthen your legs to boost yourself into the air. Thor Infinity War V1 has all the same abilities as Thor Ragnarok V2. Thor Infinity War V2 has all the same abilities as normal Thor except these. Thor Infinity War V2's equipped is Stormbreaker. Equip Stormbreaker. This works the same way as Mjolnir except the fact that it gives bleeding and you don't have to wind it up to fly. When flying and you throw it, you will now hover for a few seconds instead of falling instantly. The timer for Infinity War V2 is more than normal Thor, which means you can hover longer without your weapon. You can also drop it like Mjolnir and no one can pick it up. Thor Infinity War V2's utility is Bifrost. Summon the Bifrost, vanishing from the battlefield to reappear moments later, using its power to strike down on all those nearby, staggering them for 2 seconds. Deals 20 damage. Thor Infinity War V2 special is Warrior's Madness. Thor Endgame's class is Warrior, where you slide forward, sweep kicking your opponent. Deals 10 damage, stunning the target while dodging certain attacks. He also only has speed 15 when sprinting, rather than 30. Thor Endgame's equipped is weapons. Summon both Mjolnir and Stormbreaker. Both these weapons can be dropped and summoned again. You can also throw out both by holding right click to gain momentum and letting go. Thor Endgame's ability 2 is Lightning Clash. Channel lightning through your weapons, expelling it towards your target. Deals 24 damage. Damage decreases when at a distance. This also slows down the target for a few seconds. This move can be used on Iron Man to charge him up to 400% capacity. If you're in the same guild, then you won't take the damage, but you'll still be charged up to 400%. Thor Endgame's ability 3 is Storm Striker, which has a slightly different animation. Thor Endgame special is Warrior's Madness. See? I told you we can take care of whatever threat there was.
What you did was reckless, and you almost got yourself killed.
Well, I didn't, so...
What a glorious battle! I wish you would have called me sooner.
See, even Thor acknowledges that we should be fighting as a team.
You think I would share a worthy opponent with the likes of you? Ha!
Whoever you are, surrender now. There doesn't have to be blood.
Hulk! Smash!
Bruce Banner, aka the Hulk, is a tier 5 of the defensive extreme. His alignment is to the light and his class is a tank. He has strength 17, but will increase to a max of 20 with the more rage you have. He has speed 5 when sprinting, but increases to 21 at a max rage. Jump boost 8, and his leap is now passive. Double tap space when jumping to leap. Hulk also has fortitude 8 and regeneration 3, but goes up to 5 when at max rage. Fire resistance 1, water breathing, vacuum adaptation, bulletproof, and wall scaling where you are able to vertically scale surfaces. He also has Brute 1, which increases the amount of durability per hit by the magnitude. Gamma emissions, where you emit gamma radiation able to be detected by scanning radiation. And Rage, where your anger increases the longer you engage in combat, resulting in increasing your stats. Also, due to the new ranking system with characters, at lower ranks, Hulk will lash out uncontrollably. The higher your rank, the more control you gain over the monster. Hulk's immune to poison, radiation, wither, and fall damage, but his weakness is composure, as the less angry he is, the weaker he is. Hulk's armor key is Transform. Turn into and from the Hulk. Ability 1, Scattershot. Release a superpowered punch sending your opponent flying. Deals 20 damage while staggering and grounds them for 5 seconds. Upon activation, you have 10 seconds to tag your target. Ability 2, Smash. Raise your fist in the air before slamming onto the ground, creating a directional explosion dealing 10 damage. Ability 3, Thunderclap. Generate a directional shockwave by clapping your hands together. Deals 10 damage and grounds those affected for 5 seconds. Ability 4, Toss. Toss your opponent into the air, dealing 10 damage. Grounds for 5 seconds while temporarily voiding damage. Ability 5, Tectonic Fury. In a fit of rage, repeatedly smash the ground, causing all opponents in a 10 block radius to lose their footing for 5 seconds. Deals 20 damage over time while staggering foes. Hulk's equipped is Rubble. Pick up a piece of rubble, throwing it at your target. Deals 10 damage, grounding opponents for 5 seconds. Hulk's utility is Rampage. Steady your footing and charge for opponents in an unstoppable rampage, knocking back anything standing in your way. This deals 5 damage each time you run into something, and it lasts for 5 seconds. Hulk's special is World Breaker. Enter a state of uncontrollable rage and destruction, increasing your stats to their highest potential while damage output escalates. Simply sprinting shakes the ground beneath you, injuring all nearby. Attacks are stronger while incoming damage is reduced by 75%. Each hit staggers for 5 seconds. This move lasts for 10 seconds, dealing a total of 90 to 95 damage if every hit is landed.
We're gonna need to have a serious talk when we get back.
Oh no, am I going through the tension?
Avengers!
Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This video took a really long time to make, so I'd really appreciate it if you consider subscribing. I'll be doing more polls in the future, so be sure to follow me on Twitter to know when next poll goes live. Hoorah and epicness of awesomeness.